Hey everyone, Madison Kate here, and today I'm going to tell you what it's like to come out as trans. So hey guys, welcome to my channel. This is my first ever YouTube video, so forgive me if, it's all screwed up. But I want to talk to you guys about what it's like coming out as trans, because I think this is something a lot of people struggle with. It's something they maybe want to do, but they're too scared to do it, or they don't know how. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story and how I did it. So for me, I had known most of my life that I was trans, but I had been too afraid to tell anyone about it. I was too afraid of what my family and friends might think, or what it would do to my life, and if it would have any, negative changes. And so I just kept silent. I was convinced that I was going to take this secret to the grave with me. Like, I was never going to tell anyone. But that kind of changed for me last September, on September 30th, 2016. I told my best friend about the feelings that I was having. And the reason this came up is because our office was having a Halloween party, and everyone there wanted to do a group theme, and the theme they chose was Disney princesses. And, now I was really excited about this, and I was kind of like pushing for it to happen because I thought I would have one day of the year where it would be socially acceptable for me to dress as myself and not catch shit for it. So when me and my best friend were talking about this, I guess maybe I was being a little bit too excited about it, or for whatever reason, maybe I just tipped her off about some things that I didn't mean to. But she started asking me all these questions about if I felt like a woman, or if I had actually ever wanted real breasts like a woman. And that's kind of what opened the door to this conversation, but I didn't tell her right away. So I had my one chance to actually tell somebody who loves me and is not judgmental about myself and these feelings I'd had, but I didn't do it. Because I did what I normally did. I made a joke out of it, or I tried to use humor to redirect the conversation and just move on to the next topic. And the rest of the day went on pretty normally, or at least it probably did for her. What she doesn't know, or didn't know then, was that the rest of the day I was thinking about nothing else except for our conversation and what we had talked about. And I thought about it so much that later that night, probably like 8 or 9 o'clock, I texted her, and I had asked her if she was actually serious about the things that she had mentioned, before. And when she said yes, it was like all of a sudden somebody had opened a door where I felt comfortable enough to basically just word vomit all these, thoughts and feelings I was having. And I told her, probably over the course of the next couple weeks, we talked about it a lot, that, that I was trans, these were the thoughts I was having, this is what I felt like I needed to do, that my body as a man did not feel comfortable to me. And so that's kind of how everything got started for me. And slowly we started telling other people in our office, kind of one by one. And by the time Halloween rolled around for this party, I was really excited, but the feedback I got from everyone in our office wasn't necessarily what I had hoped for. A lot of people made some rude comments or some tacky jokes, things like that. I guess because of the extent as to what I prepared for this costume. Like my best friend, she took me to get my nails done. See, I have them done now, but I do it all the time now. But that was my first time ever, and it was little things like that, I guess, that most people wouldn't normally do for a costume that I did. And anyway, it was very soul-crushing to me that day, because it was something that I'd looked so forward to and was so excited about. And I kind of got the feedback I'd gotten the rest of my life, and it really hurt me. It ruined the party for me, and that whole night, I just went home and cried. Because I was so upset at the things that people had said and how hurtful it was. And granted, by that time, I was already on hormones. I'd been on hormones for like a week, which isn't long at all, actually. But, for me, it was a big deal. But I don't know, it was just kind of an eye-opener. And, you know, thanks to my friends and my support group that I had there at the office, I think there were like 3 or 4 people by that time who knew. You know, I was able to get through it, and we kept, you know, I kept on progressing in my transition. You know, one by one, I started telling more and more people, to where eventually, as of right now, everybody in my office building knows, my boss knows, my coworkers know, my friends know. And, you know, like I said before, even though it was terrifying to do that, and I think I risked a lot to be able to do that, it's by far the most rewarding and satisfying thing that I've ever done. It really does just feel like a weight has been lifted off of my shoulders, because I don't have to hide who I am anymore. I don't have to wonder if somebody can see my bra, you know, poking through my shirt, or, you know, if my shirt is slid down too far. I don't have to worry about that stuff because they know. I don't have to make excuses for why I have my nails done all the time anymore, because they just know, and they know that's me and that's who I am, and they're okay with it. The hardest part of coming out was by far telling my mom. I was super scared to tell her, but I finally worked up the nerves too, and I couldn't actually tell her like face to face. So what I did is I wrote her a letter, and I gave it to her and let her read it, and then I was like out in the backyard playing with the dogs, and she came out afterwards, and we talked about it a little bit. I think she's still in the spot where she still loves me, and, you know, she's not going to disown me or anything, but she's still very confused and doesn't understand why I'm doing this or why I feel this way. And to be honest, we don't talk about it that much. I kind of wish we were able to talk about it a little more, but we have a lot of time to do that. But I mean, for now, she knows, and everything is okay, and we're moving forward. You know, actually, even though I'm making these videos on YouTube, there's actually most of my family doesn't know that I am transgender yet. So I don't know, if you happen to stumble across this and you're related to me, you know, hi, surprise. But that's something that I intend to do here in the next month or so anyway, is go ahead and finish telling everyone, so that I can be just completely out and completely free. And sorry, I don't know what to do with my hands. Like, I'm probably the most awkward person that you're ever gonna meet. So I don't know, I just have a lot of weird mannerisms, so I don't know, forgive me. I think the deep voice probably doesn't help either, but I don't know, I kind of think it's always going to be deep, just because it's something that's really difficult to change, so I don't know, deal with it, I guess. But to make a long story short, that is, if you're somebody in this position like I was, or still am, where you're struggling with coming out, and you really want to do it, I do understand the fears, and let me tell you that it does get easier. And it gets easier to tell people, it gets easier to be more comfortable around other people, but it does get easier. And it's the biggest gift that you can give yourself. You know, obviously I can't tell you when it is that you should make that decision to come out, because that's a personal choice that you need to decide for yourself. But I will say, don't wait too long, especially if you're younger. Don't wait forever, because being able to live the rest of your life, as much time as you have left, as your true self, is very rewarding. And I think there's a lot to be said about being able to live a genuine lifestyle and have people see you for who you really are, whether they agree with it or like it or not. I don't know, I just think it's something to think about if you're in that position, because those were all the things that I thought about before, and I can tell you from being on the other side of that now and having come out, that it's totally worth it. But anyways, guys, that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about for now. So make sure you comment, like, subscribe to these videos. I'm going to be doing a lot more, so I'll be kind of taking you guys along for the rest of my journey, as I still have a lot to go through. I'm only 6 months on hormones, so my journey's just getting started. So yeah, comment, like, subscribe to these videos, share them with your friends, or if you know somebody who's struggling with this. And other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Be kind, make good choices.